Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And hi, my name is Nurul Balqish Binti Abdullah and my metric number is 299016. So today I'm going to present my individual assignment which is the determinants of Broadway Ltd performance. So this study aims to identify the internal and external factors that significantly influence the firm's performance that measured by the ROE, return on equity in Broadway Ltd company. Broadway Ltd company, founded in April 1997 by co-founder Roger Appel, has established itself as a global leader in cybersecurity and application delivery solutions. The company specializes in providing cutting-edge solutions for physical, cloud, and software-based data center, ensuring secure and efficient operations for its clients worldwide. Over the year, Radware has gained a reputation for innovation and reliability in the cybersecurity industry. Despite its strong market position, it's facing major challenges. The company is struggling to control misinformation and manage a serious cybersecurity breach that leading to a drop in the public trust. This has harmed its brand image and weakened stakeholders' confidence, which are vital for its success. Solving this issue is crucial for Radware to protect its reputation and stay competitive in the cybersecurity market. And this also might give effect to the its performance. It have three research objectives, which is the first is to determine the impact on internal factors on the firm performance, and the second is to determine the impact of external factors on the firm performance, and the last one is to determine the impact of internal and external on the firm performance. So the research questions in this study is, did the internal factors affected the firm performance? And the second is, did external factor give an impact to the firm performance? And the last one is, what is relationships between internal and external factors that can give an impact to the firm performance? So the next part is literature review. In this part, I put four definitions which are liquidity risk, credit risk, operational risk, and also the market risk. So for the liquidity risk, according to the Asabi and Scandolo 2008, liquidity risk is an inevitable precursor to any major market crisis. It often acts as the final trigger that ignites market and credit risk and can turn isolated loss event into widespread systemic failures. So for the credit risk, according to the GLAC 2000, credit risk involve the potential for loss in event of default when a party fails to meet its obligations under the terms of the contract for the institution's own account and on behalf of others. For the operational risk is described mathematically and economically. Operational risk into two main categories, and this type include the risk of loss from operating system malfunctions in a company. So for the market risk definition, it can define as the danger of losing money on an investment is the simple way to define market risk. It impacts the market as a whole, not a simply few business or industry, according to the Sharma 2024. So next, for the methodology, the framework consists of three models. The first focuses on how internal factors influence the firm performance, and the second is examines the impact of external factors, and the third one is evaluates the combined effect of both internal and external factors. The data will be processed into the financial ratios, including the ROA, ACP, DTI, OR, and also the OM, and analyzed using a linear regression in SPSS. This analysis will produce a descriptive statistics, correlations, a model summary, and a coefficients table to understand the relationships and impact more comprehensively. So next is descriptive statistic. Shown the operating margin in the table indicates the percentage of revenue that remains as a operating profit after covering operating expenses. Based on the table, the mean operating margin is at 0.0516 or about 5.16% with a standard deviation of a 0.0673 showing some variability among the data points. A higher operating margin generally indicates the better efficiency in managing operating costs relative to a revenue. In this case, the mean value suggests the businesses or entities analyzed retaining a modest portion of their revenue as the operating profits. The GDP growth data shows an average annual growth rate of 3.68%, meaning the economy grew at a moderate pace. However, the standard deviation of 2.84% indicates that the growth was not steady, with periods of both strong and slow growth. With the positive growth above the 0% suggests a growing economy leading to more consumer demand, business investment, and opportunities for companies to earn more. While the higher GDP growth is a good for businesses, the fluctuations show that there were also uncertain times. Overall, the economy experienced moderate the growth with up and downs, which could affect the business performance depending on how companies adjust to these changes. So the next part is correlations. Based on this table, there is six variables that are shown the positive correlated with the ROE, while the seven variables show the negative correlated with the ROE. So for the positive correlated with the ROE is ROA, operating margin, average correction period, and the industry production rate. Okay, so for the negative correlated with the ROE is foreign exchange rate and CG index and also the inflation rate that show the negative and strong correlated with the ROE. So the rest variables show no significance with the performance because the p-value is exceed zero point 0.1. So for the positive correlated with the ROE, when this variable, which is ROA, operating margin, ACP and the IPR increase, the performance of this company also increase. But the negative and strong correlated, which is the foreign exchange rate, CG index, and inflation rate, when this increase, the performance of this company will be decreased. For the model summary, model 1 adjusted R shown is 0.823 implies that the predictors variable, which is the CG index, current ratio, debt to income, average collection period, and also the operating ratio explain about 82.3% variation in hardware company performance. For the model 2, adjusted R square is value 0.645 implies the predictors of the variables, which is industrial production rate, unemployment rate, inflation rate, GDP growth rate, foreign exchange rate, and also interest rates. This show that the 64.5% variation in a Radware Ltd company performance. So for the model 3, adjusted R squares shown the value is 0.998, which is implies the predictors of the variable of the IPR, uh, average collection period, GDP growth rate, current ratio, debt to income, unemployment rate, inflation, foreign exchange rate, and also the operating margin. So this explains 99.8% variation in hardware Ltd company performance. So, based on the three models, the model 3 is appear with the most significant that affected the ROE. So next for the coefficients table, comparing the three models of the coefficients, this research found that the operating ratio is the most influential and significant variable to the ROE and recorded the highest beta value in model 1. So the beta value in model 1 for the operating ratio is negative 0.894, and this is indicating the highly negative relations with the p-value 0.001. So for the model 2, the highest beta value, which is the foreign exchange rates with the beta value is negative 0.931, and this is indicating to the highly negative relationship with p-value equals to 0.056. For the model 3, the large beta value shown the variable of the operating margins. So the beta value of the operating margin in model 3 is 0.937, and this is indicating the highly negative relations with the p-value is 0.021. So for the conclusion and recommendation part, so the conclusion that I can make in this research is the operational margin and the operating ratio has a strong relationship with the Radware performance. And the Radware Ltd company monitoring and optimizing these variables and it enhanced the financial health and operational effectiveness to ensure the sustainable performance. So for the recommendations that I can suggest to this company, which is the Radware Ltd company, first is improving their corporate social responsibility, which is engaged in meaningful projects to support affected communities such as funding cybersecurity, education, or initiative for the Palestinians, and do not misleading the news. So for the second one is the regular financial review. Regularly track up. I recommend that this company should do the regularly track operational margin and operating ratio to identify trends and issues yearly. So that's all from me. Thank you.